Welcome, everybody. It's time for the second race of the day here. We have the end versus rolling5gaySmurfPeekin, which should be a really good match. These are two very talented hover players. But we're going to get them started and synced. Alright guys, we're going to get them started and synced, and I actually will be getting somebody joining me here in a second on comms. And they're off. Hello, Giz. Maybe I should fix my mic in Discord so Giz can hear me.
Alright.
Hello, Giz. Hey, Giz.
Yo.
Alright, everyone. Welcome to the end versus rolling5gaySmurfPeekin. We have Dr. Fish versus Joe D'Amelio. And like I said, this is a talented matchup between two talented hover players. And I think could go straight down to the wire. What do you think, Giz?
Yeah, even matchup, even though Joe D'Amelio has some advantage. But as you can see, even first race. And yeah, I think this race will be pretty close.
I do too. Now, Giz, important question. Which of these teams are you rooting for?
I mean, Dr. Fish is on my team, so of course it would be nice if he won. But, you know, Joe D'Amelio and I, we go way back. So, we've been DKR buddies for 7 or 6, 7 years.
Is Joe one of the old guard in DKR? Like, he's been playing the game for a real long time?
Yeah, he started playing the game before I did, so...
Wow,
I
did not
he's
know
a real
that.
old dude.
I find that amazing that DKR has such a storied history with many players.
Yeah, for sure. He started playing in 2013, and he wanted to run the game after he saw the Tofull's SGDQ run. So
it's amazing what one SGDQ run can do to grow a game.
Yeah, for sure.
There's at least 2 games that I started playing because I saw GDQ runs and thought they looked fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fossil Canyon here, looking good for them both. Right at the finish line. Wow.
Yeah, so close.
This is I think a synced match is a hype match in almost any fashion, just because it's like you never know what's gonna happen next. And it's also cool during a synced match, you can see just the different play styles of 2 different people in like such a close proximity and how it affects them. That's where you can really see like what a small time save is versus what isn't.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, look at how close this is still. Even though we were only 3 races in, but you know.
Man, Crunch did not want to get out of Joe's way.
Nope.
Unfortunately, that's not the first time I've seen Crunch completely block the road, but then Banjo joined him and making it worse.
Yep. But Joe will have a slight lead here with a 52. Good time, but Fish is getting a 53. Yeah, even Hot Top Volcano, hover.
Hot Top Volcano could drive a wedge between them if either of them falls off the side.
Yeah, and the Fish should miss the start boost there, which isn't that great, but...
Missing start boost is one of the most frustrating feelings in a DKR speedrun, because it's not the thing you should be missing, ever. It's like, it only happens occasionally, but when you miss it, you feel it like it's like the worst mistake you've ever made.
Yeah, but it only loses like a second or so.
I think it's just the feeling. It's like the walk of the speed up of shame after that, because it's like you don't have the start boost, so now you have to slowly gain your speed.
This is my least favorite track in the entire game, by the way. So.
A Hot Top Volcano Hover or Hot Top Volcano?
Hot Top Volcano Hover.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either. I don't like riding the walls, and the fact that these two balloons here are so awkwardly placed. Like,
I think I think it's better with the balloons though, because that zipper on the right side is like ridiculous to hit, and
yeah, that's a
in time trials
only.
it's yeah, it's terrible. So
Very
I think
weird.
the balloons make it a little easier.
Very weird that Hover is able to touch air zippers, but Car is not.
Yeah, for sure.
Joe finishing with a nice boost up the hill there. That's an optimal use of the balloons. Is really what you want, is like make this hill not exist.
Yeah.
And
but now
we're out.
Joe's gotten a decent lead actually. It's a little bigger than I anticipated at this point, but you know, so much left of the race, so we can't really say too much yet. And
No.
Of course, we have shortcuts and stuff later, and depending on how that goes, you know, yeah.
Yeah, Frosty Village shortcut. One missed checkpoint, if they both do it, could spell the end.
Absolutely.
I actually like Treasure Caves. I know it's not a popular track to like, as Pipsy prevents Joe from boosting there.
Yeah.
But I think
Fish, especially the wall.
optimized players on a Treasure Caves looks awesome to me. I love seeing these giant speed boosts through like the actual cave itself.
Yeah, definitely cool.
Ooh, Crunch really messing things up for Fish there. Oh my god, and then Fish slamming in the Conquer too, and Diddy. Into Diddy's proverbial dump truck butt.
A little rough there for Fish. Yeah.
The CPUs
Joe's
are out
getting
in
a pretty
full
nice
force
lead.
for both racers today.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen this many bongs. Oh, Joe going in the boat. I never see that in Hover.
Yeah, it can be really good. I think it's kind of new. I know the Kvess. I think that he got the world record in Hover here by going inside of the boat, or at least he was close.
I always opt to go around the boat in every lap just because. I really do like that you have the option in Hover to do either, that they were really thinking about the modes of transportation when they were making this game. It really shows. Joe missing the zipper, but getting the sharp turn for a 117 Crescent Island as Fish bonks into Diddy once again. This is easily the most vicious I've seen these computers act towards both racers in any race.
118 for Fish, still good.
Not the first time Fish has finished within a second of Joe D'Amelio's time on a level in this race alone, so this is still close.
Yeah, it was still 15 seconds. But as we said, this kind of needs some kind of mistake from him in shortcut to track, because now it's getting a little rough.
Yeah, the gap is
to
widening.
Catch him.
But a shortcut could invalidate it, or even just one bad track for Joe. Like Joe just needs to bonk or lose some speed for Feach to catch up.
Like getting a second event in Space Bar Alpha. Something like that.
Oh wow, I didn't think Joe was gonna make that without bonking before the finish line. Good job on Joe.
Yeah. Or do you think they will do the shortcut in the space parts?
Feesh will definitely do the shortcut. I cannot speak for Joe because I haven't seen enough of his races to notice if he does it like consistently or not. But Feesh finishes with a 58 Pirate Lagoon, still a good time.
I know that Joe is an experienced runner, so Whale Bay will be a breeze for him.
Default hover tracks are nothing for just about any average DKR RTA runner.
Exactly, and Joe is definitely not average.
Finishing
he's
with
really
a
good.
14 lap in Whale Bay is not average by any stretch of the imagination. Joe is an extremely good competitor for Fish. 49! Oh my gosh,
solid.
That is one of the fastest Whale Bays that we've had in this entire tourney. I can say that with confidence.
Oh really? That's interesting.
A 49. I haven't seen many sub 50s.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's kind of standard for top runners, I'd say. I know.
Yeah.
When I play ATR, or like the other top ATR players, we usually go for 46, 47.
But
49 is good.
As a slightly mediocre
okay.
player, all I can do is compare to my average, which my average in Whale Bay is anywhere from a 55 to a 58. So a sub 50 for me is like insane.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, so nice to see that people can connect those two zippers in Frost Peak.
It's really important to do so as well, because if you don't, oh wow, dude, Fish. That was so good. He should have saved that blue balloon until after the zipper though, but he landed on top of the zipper there. It was so nice.
Joe managed to successfully connect both zippers on all 3 laps. Great on Joe. And he mercs Conquer out of the way. Joe's not having any of it.
Dude, he's landing on the zipper again.
Oh my god, Joe.
Beautiful.
These are like calculated moves on the part of Joe, finishing with a 114 in Everfrost Peak hover.
That's nice. 114.
We're definitely not counting Fish out here. Fish is having a really good Everfrost Peak as well.
Oh yes.
Ooh, boosting over. Just a little too much speed from Fish.
Yeah, but look at this. 113. Really good.
Just about every time that Joe finishes with a good time, Fish is like a second ahead or second behind. This is such a close match. But yeah. Joe still has like the physical distance on Fish, in that he's probably about a full lap ahead at this point.
Yeah, he's 22 seconds ahead. Yeah, about 22. But it's gonna be really interesting when we get to Frosty Village later. That's gonna be a decider.
Frosty Village and Spaceport Alpha, if both shortcuts are done, will be everything. I am not a big fan of this level at all, but...
Same. In Hovercraft, it's really rough.
I would say Hover is better than Car, just because the ice isn't nearly as annoying, but all the turns are just as goofy in Hover.
They're way goofier in my opinion. Oh man, this level in Hover is weird, but yeah.
It's hard to connect. So when you're on the bridge after coming out of that like spiral going upwards, one of the things that's super annoying in Hover is that if you hit the boost on the left and try to connect to the boost on the boost on the right into the boost on the left, you almost always will just bonk away from it. It's like you have to have some really good handling at a high speed, which in Hover is difficult.
Exactly, and you just bounce everywhere if you don't know what you're doing.
And I hate that little that like S bend right at the end there with like the Nintendo on the wall, and never know how to approach it fast. I just like do my best.
In Hover or Car?
Both.
Both. In Car you need to slow down a little bit for the turn, otherwise it's hard to make the turn. Like, so you can just keep tapping off the zipper.
Here we are in Snowball Valley, which actually I think is more fun in Hover than it is in Car.
Yeah, this one is really cool in Hover, actually.
Especially because the snowballs can give you an extra boost of height or speed.
Yep. You don't get squished.
Nah, nice little love tap instead. I don't know. I guess Joe just phased through those balloons there. I don't know how that happened. Well, as we all know, at a high speed, balloons stop existing.
Yeah, and Fish have this some struggle at the end of the lap there, where we smashed to the side, and it cost him a lot of time.
Oh, thank God he hit that. He hit that oil splat right then. All right, here we are in Frosty Village. So Joe, I don't know if he does the shortcut. We're about to find out as soon as he touches the mouth of this cave. And he does it! Oh, no, he doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't.
That's interesting. I haven't seen people take the waterfall shortcut in Hover.
Thing is, like, since you have the balloon there, I think that going normal strats here is not a bad idea. I'm not sure if, like, the shortcut saves as much time as people think here.
I know that it's one of the more contested shortcuts in terms... Oh, Fish is doing it! Let's go, Fish! This is a level that I do not like at all in car, but is actually improved heavily in Hover, I think.
I disagree, but I think this level is... I do think this is a good Hover level. It's really cool, but I think it's really good in car too. I do, however, don't like it in plane, but yeah.
Yeah, I think there is only one person who really likes this track in plane.
I think we have a few.
My mind always just defaults to peaks, of course.
Yeah, of course. But I know DKR Patty, he really likes it. But yeah, look at Fish, 121. That's a 4-second time save on Joe.
Yeah, and here they are in Haunted Woods, one of the fastest tracks in the game, in terms of just it's over and done with before you even realize what you're doing sometimes.
And we see that Joe is ignoring this first zipper, and so is Fish. And people might be wondering, like, why would you not try to go for that zipper? Well, the reason is that there's a small bump in front of it that makes it possible to jump over it. And in Hover, it happens all the time. So basically, like 9 out of 10 times, you're gonna drive straight over the zipper. So instead of, letting go of A and miss the zipper and having to regain speed for the next zipper, you just ignore it and cut the corner instead.
Joe in Windmill Plains now, as Fish finishing up his last lap in Haunted Woods. Can he still pull off a sub 1? Looks like it. 57. Not bad. 57's my track PR there.
Nice.
Windmill Plains, just a wonderful track in every way except the shortcut.
Wow. You see Fish getting sniped there? Oh my god.
The CPUs are out for revenge today. I don't know what these two racers have done to anger the computers, but it's been non-stop with these things.
That was kind of ridiculous. But we can see that Joe is almost a full lap ahead here.
I'm not sure if there's really any scenario where Fish can catch up to Joe now, except if Joe does spaceport and messes it up. Or just, Joe gets dunked on by the computers, because that can happen, too.
Of course. But it is looking rough. He is over, he's more than a lap ahead right now. He's gaining time.
I would say Hover's one of those vehicles that once you have the lead, I wouldn't say hard to lose it, but Hover, it's not like Plane where a single bonk puts you so far, 5 seconds behind. Because a lot of the times in Hover, unless you're bonking straight on, you don't really lose too much speed. Not enough that it would make a difference.
Hover's a way more consistent vehicle.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what it's like for a lot of people, but when I started this game, I disliked Hover a ton. And now I would say it's my favorite vehicle. Has so much versatility.
Oh yeah, it's a very complex and interesting vehicle. I think the main problem people have with it is, I mean, except for it being complicated, is that it hurts your thumb. Like, it's kind of hard to do it physically.
Yeah.
Some people can do it, you know, a lot, but some people just can't handle it well, and you get blisters and
Just today,
cramps in your
actually.
hands and stuff like that. It's physically demanding to do hover.
Just today, our resident hover prodigy Morks posted a picture of his blistered thumb on Twitter talking about hover. And that's a consequence of hover, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I had my, like, when I played more hover back in the day, I had my fine share of blisters.
I use, you know, we all have a DKR controller, obviously. My DKR controller, when I play hover and I'm really into it, that's when I start to hear the squeaking. Like the control stick feels like it's buckling under the pressure.
Yeah, I think Joe has snapped controller, snapped joystick.
I think
for playing hover.
if you're gonna play hover, you should try to see if you can somehow get a steel stick going. Might be one of the only ways you can play hover without completely destroying your controller over time. Here we are in Boulder Canyon, which is, without a doubt, my absolute favorite track in the game. This track goes so fast in time trials and in its regular incarnation. The balloons make this 10 times faster, and it's so much fun. Like, you can see Joe has so much speed going into the final lap here. And I love this double balloon boost into another balloon through up the tunnel here. Ugh, God. I could talk endlessly about this track. It's just amazing.
Track called River Palace on the Japanese version.
I think that makes more sense. Where's the boulders, you know?
Exactly.
Space Dust Alley is more of a boulder canyon than Boulder Canyon is.
Very true.
Because there's actually boulders, and you're in a canyon. But just about every track in this game is in a canyon. I want to point that out. There's always giant natural walls surrounding just about every track in the game. I was talking recently how you could swap the names of Fossil Canyon and Jungle Falls, and it wouldn't change anything about the tracks. If anything, Fossil Canyon makes more sense for Jungle Falls, because there's actually a giant fossil at the end.
Wait, yeah, for sure.
And now we're entering FFL.
I think the Japanese names are way more suiting there too, because Ancient Lake is called Sunshine Lake, while Fossil Canyon is called Sunset Canyon, because you can see there, you know, in Ancient Lake it's sunny, and in Fossil Canyon it's like the sun is going down. So
also,
yeah,
Jungle
it's
Falls,
called Sunset Canyon.
Jungle Falls doesn't have a lot of jungle scenery. There's like a couple palm trees, and it's like it.
Yep. There is a really great fall though. The waterfall.
Yes. I also really love Space Dust Alley in pretty much every incarnation of the track. This is one of those tracks that's just blisteringly fast no matter what vehicle you're in.
Yeah.
And
but it's kind of crazy fast in plane.
yeah, the plane variation on this track, partially probably because it's a default, but this track goes so fast in plane it makes your head spin. But it's also probably the hardest plane track to do consistently. There are so many chances to bonk and so many risky barrel rolls that you need to get used to. But I would say that Space Dust Alley, for new players, like, once you start getting brave enough to barrel roll in all kinds of places in Space Dust Alley, that's when you're really starting to make it as a plane player. Because, like, you just need to get better at it. Sorry, what were you saying also?
Like, I think that's the key to becoming really good in general in this game, that you need to let go of the brake, and you need to start barrel rolling everywhere and try to go risky, because if you're always going safe, you're never gonna reach the high potential
You know, Gibbs, that
of the
reminds
game.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I submitted my first ATR, and I did not barrel roll once. And I remember you talking to me, and you're like 10 minutes or more behind the world record. Did you ever stop and consider why you're doing these plane tracks so unbelievably safe? And, I thought as a runner, it's like, oh, I did 2 out of bounds, though. Doesn't that make me fast? And the answer is no. The out of bounds aren't that much faster if you're not going to play faster.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you go out of bounds in Hot Tub Volcano and you hold A the entire time and just drive around, you might as well just do the track normally, because you have zippers and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
it's not worth it.
You need to actually try hard. So.
Yeah. So if there's any advice any easy advice that we could give to anybody who thinks maybe I should run DKR, you're gonna fail a lot when you start. There's gonna be a lot of frustrating wall bonks, and the risky plays won't matter as much when you start, because you're just not gonna be as good of a player. But you need to do it, because that's how you get faster. You don't get faster from not taking risks in this game. This game is all about the risky maneuvers to put yourself ahead.
Yeah, for sure. And you get more used to the maneuvers as you go, so you will be better and better at handling the fast and the risky stuff.
I gotta say too, I think it's one of the things that I use to document my own progress with this game too, is when I'm doing Space Dust Alley nowadays, and I went from okay, I can barrel roll in a few spots, to I'm barrel rolling literally anywhere I feel that it's necessary, and I'm gonna find out where is good and where is bad. Because you just cannot be afraid of failure. You just gotta do it in this game.
And also, for the race here, Joe has a very steady lead here. I'm not sure if he's watching the race or if he's aware, but yeah, his pace is very good. And yeah.
I wonder if I
think Fish is gonna have a very hard time catching up. I can't really see it happening here.
Joe's definitely had a really solid race. No major mistakes. If anything, the only thing that's really affected him is CPU RNG.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been solid. And I think if we look at the timer here, it looks like Joe is gonna get a 28 here.
Now, is he gonna do the shortcut? I'm not sure.
Let's see.
Yep.
The answer is yes. Okay.
Joe making it look easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just say, I've practiced this. I wouldn't call myself an experienced hover player, but I'm certainly not a novice. And I've practiced this a ton, and it's not all that as easy as it looks to grab that first checkpoint at the mouth of the...
It's not. The thing is, if you turn too early, it's not going to be good. And if you drive too far to the right after you have turned, then you're also kind of screwed. So you need to cut the corner there, because you don't want the game to understand that you're driving backwards. So you need to cut the corner in a really in a narrow path. So
yeah, that the first turn is the hardest part of this whole thing. I've had a lot of trouble getting it correctly.
But it is looking good for Joe here.
So just to remind everybody, the hover percent world record's like a 28:30 from Nordic, right?
No, it's a 28:19 by Morks.
Oh God, I didn't realize he made it even faster. Okay, so yeah Joe is
28:19 is a world record.
Joe is on pace for a sub 29, which is an incredibly good time.
Yeah, his VB is a 28:47, I think.
Yeah,
and he's gonna get a 28:55. Yeah, that's
excellent.
That's a good time
from Joe.
Fish's PB is a 29:37, so
Yeah, I don't think Fish
Yeah.
can PB, but he is playing extremely close.
yeah. This is still a 29, so
Yeah, this is a mid to high 29 here.
yeah.
This is such
Yeah,
a fun
should-
shortcut, too. Actually, I love this shortcut.
He's kind of close to PB as well. Like both of them are playing close to PB pace.
Yeah,
So
and despite like some of the setbacks that Fish has had, playing this close to PB is still insanely good.
yeah, 29:43.
All right, let's see if... Oh, Fish
Wow.
says that is his tourney best. Let's go, Fish. All right, let's see if these boys want to jump in.
Wow, nice. Both of them very close to PB.
Very exciting race. I was happy to see it. Hello, Fish.
Hello. Hey, guys.
GG.
Hi.
Really good race.
Thank you.
You guys were in sync for quite a while, and then you were only about a lap apart for the majority.
Yeah. Joe's probably a bit stronger on in the middle game courses than I am, like for sure.
You definitely had some bad luck with CPUs here and there, though.
I mean, yeah, I think a lot of it just came down to playing pretty cold. Getting a 29:43, like zero practice today, was really strong.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy how
Both
that
of you
happens
played
sometimes.
close to PB, so
Yeah, I played 6 seconds off PB.
yeah.
So
And Joe was 8 seconds off his.
yeah, so that's really good. I'm really happy to see that. Yeah, I mean there was a couple of problem courses that I just didn't play well on.
think The one that is on my mind is
Snowball.
Snowball Valley. Yeah.
Snowball Valley was garbage because I usually get like 40s all the time. I had such a hard time getting. I should have got myself more set instead of just swinging as wide as I did with the balloons. If I got myself set, I think the balloon still would have been powerful enough, and I probably still could have got like a 48, 49 and been like okay with it. I mean, everything else, I think there was no real bad course. I was very happy with my Frosty Village. Very happy with both shortcuts, essentially. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought for sure Boulder Canyon was also pretty rough. A lot of
Canyon?
couple of bad turns costed me. Yeah, that was slightly below my average. I usually get like 115s, 116s.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
it was like 118.
I got a very high 117. So I mean, I'm
Yeah.
okay with it. But I have to work on that turn on the castle jump without lag, because I could have really set myself up. But yeah, I mean, I think overall there was nothing to complain about besides Walrus Cove and Snowball. Because
Yeah.
Walrus Cove, I always feel I do bad on.
You were actually 0.2 seconds faster than Joe in Waters Cove.
Yeah, that's a
Whoa,
tough.
point to them.
It's a tough course. Hey, what's up, Joe?
What's up, Joe?
It's,
GG.
About to be IL grinding after hearing you say that, Giz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still like 4 seconds off my actual like Walrus Cove PP. The course is just brutal.
Yeah, I don't remember what my time was, but it was really terrible.
I got like a 133.
Yeah, you guys had something like that. And yeah, congratulations, Joe, on the win.
Thank you, Giz.
Yeah,
And
man.
both of you played well, close to PB on both of you.
Yeah, wait, what is what is my PB? I forget.
I think you have a 28:47.
Whoa, really that close? Oh yeah, it is somewhere that close.
Yeah.
So
I didn't do the first shortcut because when I was practicing it yesterday, I missed it a few times, so I didn't want to do it if I wasn't like 99% at it.
Yeah, I just go for it.
yeah, and it went well.
Yeah, it did.
like all the shortcuts you guys did today went well.
Hmm.
Even though Joe didn't do it in Frosty Village.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, it's funny. Like, I always feel like my dinos aren't that good, but then I look back and I'm like, man, I'm probably only like a. Besides, I actually played like 4 seconds off like what I got in my PB, but it's 41's unrealistic to expect from 8th place.
Mm.
Yeah, because I started in 8th because I had literally just turned on my console, and I forgot to I forgot to go into a time trial.
Yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. Otherwise, that was a blast. I mean, all these runs are a blast. That's my final race for the group stages.
Yeah, I was about to ask. I'm not sure just how many we have left. I
We only have a few, right? We have a couple tomorrow. We have some stuff tomorrow to close out.
Nothing is. Nothing is on the Google Calendar for tomorrow, from what I see.
Oh,
You might have been the last one.
might have been.
Might have been. But we are actually, we are moving to the bracket portion soon, so we'll have.
Get to watch me get smashed by other good hover players.
Yeah, I mean, hey, same here. I think I might be the worst hover player who made it into the finals, mainly because I got carried pretty hard, but you know what happens.
I feel the same way.
Me and Fish are in the same. I wanted to say same boat, but I guess I should say same hovercraft.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say I got super carried because I mean I did well. It just came down to a couple of early races. If I had been more prepared at the beginning, I maybe would have fared better. But hey, this is just fun. It's just fun. Like whoever wins the whole thing, like yes, it's nice to win. Of course, it's nice to win.
Yeah, everybody. Every vehicle had some serious competition. This was going to be tough for everyone involved, no matter what.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Like car, like the world record's been going back and forth, and then in hover, Mork's revealed himself to be like a Super Saiyan. And then plane is plane.
We have put in a lot of hard work.
This has been such an awesome tournament to watch everybody really go all out as best they can, and we have so many good competitors here. It's moving into the final portion. There's no clear favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see the standings document because where is that? Because
if you check the about page on the Twitch channel,
there
should have a link for it.
There it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna check if there are any more races to go. BBK.
Yeah, BBK has a race, I thought.
Yeah, BBK versus
Andy?
Chloral?
Chloral.
BBK versus Chloral.
Yeah. Did that happen? Did that happen before us?
No, that was Kvess versus Andy Bundy.
Okay.
So I think like BBK versus Chloral is going to be the last game of the...
Yeah, because I thought that they were scheduling, and I thought it was going to be on the dock. I guess it's not.
Yeah, let's see.
You know, because if I go to the 29th, let's see. Yeah, it says there's nothing.
Yeah, but yeah, this should be the last race. Yeah.
But my match also wasn't on the schedule looking at it, so... Yeah.
Alright, but it's interesting to see. I mean, now... let's see here. Yeah. Joe's win here ensures the 5th place in the round robin.
Yeah.
So you guys will
top seed
face yeah. Sure, you're gonna face Waitis' Barcart in the lower bracket semifinal.
We so after BBK, it's I think then we move on to the bracket.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Man, wow. This has been. I think we had up somewhere around 84 total races in the round robin that needed done.
84. Yep.
Yeah.
So many.
It has been quite a time, and we've had some days where it's been straight races from like 12 to 5. So I'm amazed that we pounded it all out as smoothly as we did. We had so much great cooperation from everybody, and everybody was scheduling. It's really excited. Ooh, man. Okay, everybody. I think that is it for today. I want to thank Joe and Fish. Thank you guys for such a good race. Giz, thank you for commentating with me. It was really fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, guys. We're gonna find someone to raid now. There
Yeah,
is...
thank you for the race. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
the commentary, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you guys very much for an awesome race, as always.
Mhm.
You know what? Let's raid Connor75.
Okay.
Alright, everyone. We're gonna set up a raid as soon as I remember how Twitch works. Give me a second. Alright, everyone. We're gonna raid Connor75 here.